What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Jake's Garage. In today's video, we're going to take those parts we got from the junkyard and we're going to put them on the Toyota that I own. Well, I own. So, let's see what we're working with here. Alright, so here's the car. As you can tell, it's kind of messed up, but it'll do for someone who's not going to drive it very far. So, as you can see, those are that lenses that I was missing. I told you guys I needed those parts. My headlights are not so great either. I'm gonna see if I can get a headlight restorer kit to do these. If not, I might have to go back to the junkyard and steal the headlights off of that car. But we'll see. But we got some things we got to do and touch up on this car. Okay, so realistically, the first thing I want to do is I want to get the hood up so I can get to these screws for the headlights. But we'll show you what tools we need. I got them on the back of my truck here. So with this, I'm only going to probably need this guy, if I can get him out of there. Oops. Well, I need a screwdriver, a Phillips head, screw, and I believe that should be it. If not, I'll let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure it's just a screwdriver and it should just pull straight out of there. So let's get it done. So for this, I'm just going to use my automated ratchet and with the screw attachment. You don't need something like this. I'm just going to do this to make it quicker. You could just use a regular screwdriver, but let's get the hood open so we can get to that screw. Just like that. There you go. What is that? Oh, it must be wet. So, okay. So now we're inside the car. Our screw is right here. This is the screw we need. And I'm actually going to disconnect the battery because it's electrics. So we're going to just do that just to be safe. So with that, we're going to need a 10mm socket. So let me go grab a 10mm socket. I was wrong. It is not a 10mm socket. It's probably a 12. Probably an 11, just in case. It is a 12. Okay. We're going to use our ratchet. Connect that up. And here we go. There we go. Just like that. Battery disconnected. Perfect. Put that back on there. Just to be safe. Make sure we don't lose it. Now we got to take that screw out. Change that. Okay. Okay, screws out. Do not want to lose this screw. Do I have a magnetic tray? I do not. Just use this. Okay, so now it should. I'm not too worried about ruining this one because it's already kind of ruined. So the other car kind of went in through the fender. It did that. Yeah, there you go. Just like that. Boom. And that's how you get it out. So now with the nails here, when we get the lens, the light out, you just have to kind of pull down on that little tag right there. And there you go. We got one of our lenses is out. Okay, give you guys a bit of a better angle. Still learning, so that last angle I kind of didn't really show the bolts and screws that well. So the 10mm bolt on the battery was this bolt right here, and the screw was actually that screws into the actual headlight. So the headlight is held on by these 2 bolts here, which I believe you can see. Yes, you can. These 2 bolts here, this bolt here, and then there's a bolt down here that holds the headlight in. So the only thing that's holding this in, the frame, the lens, the blinker lens, is this screw, which screws onto the headlight right here. And then there's tabs here on the back that just hold it on the metal. So there's not really much holding this in. So we'll take the light just like that. So we'll take the light because we know it works. So we'll take the light and we'll just pull it out just like that, just in case we need it, because there's no guarantee that those junkyard lights are going to work. So we'll take these just in case. So we'll keep hold on to that. But otherwise, this lens is pretty much junk. These are just plugs here. I believe they're covering screws, I believe. Yeah. So we'll hold on to this. Actually, we don't really need to hold on to this because it's garbage. So now we can look at our other lens. Okay. So here's our other lens from the junkyard. It's a lot better shape. It's got its frame still on here, or its cover still on here, but it is quite dirty. So I almost kind of want to clean this off, just to, for good measurement. So we're gonna keep the headlight in, so the water doesn't get in the frame, and then we're gonna try to get all this crap off of here. So what I have here is actually, it's a tip from Junkyard Dig. It's a bit of D-germ, and I'm just spraying it on the headlight frame. And then you just take this old microfiber towel, and it's actually coming off. So I'm gonna keep at this, and then we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, I've done about as much as I'm pretty much willing to do, because I realize the car that I'm putting on, but it's clean enough. It's a little cleaner, but we're gonna take the old headlight out, or the blinker light out, just like that. So we're gonna get the new one, or I should say the old one. Okay, old one. And we're just going to find the right spot to put it in. There we go. And there we go, it's in. And then we're gonna connect it up. Just like that. Okay. And then we're just going to slide it back into place, just like that. And there you go. And then the screw is right here. We'll line that up and we'll put that back in. Make sure it's started properly by hand before we use power tools. Switch this around, just like so. Yeah, that's better. There we go. And now she's in. And now we just do the same for that side. Same thing. First thing we're going to do is we're going to move our hood prop. Move it to the other side of the car. Okay. Make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. There we go. Perfect. Just flip our thing around, and then we'll just do the same thing. There we go. Screws out. Okay, sorry about that. So the screws out, same thing. come in through here. Here's the fender liner, and we're just gonna push the old ball forwards just like so. Just like that. Unhook it. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. This time I'm going to leave the light connected because there's no reason to disconnect it, I guess. We're just changing the housing. So let's go get the other housing. This guy right here. Okay. And I'll take the old light out. Just like that. Put the new bulb in. Just like so. And then we slide her back into place just like that. Very simple. Nice job, Toyota. And then we'll set this screw in here. Just like that. And we'll tighten it up. We're gonna just say that's good. And there you go. Officially fixed. And then again, I think these bulbs are good. So I'm going to actually keep them, I think. Just in case these blinkers go out. But then we'll turn the car on and we'll see if the blinkers work. Start with the one on the left. Actually, I'll just turn the hazards on. Why wouldn't I turn the hazards on? So in order to do that, we need to connect the battery again. So that's going to be this guy right here. Nut here. This nut here. Okay. Connect this guy back on here. Get that guy started. Then we'll go grab our screw, our ratchet. Get him started. Without doing that. Okay. Let's see, that's a little loose, so I'm going to want to tighten that. This battery cable's a little loose now because I over-torqued it a little bit with the automatic ratchet. So we're going to use our 10 millimeter here, and we're going to make sure that it is tight and it does not want to move, just like that. Maybe a little tighter. Actually, should probably steal some new ones of these, because this negative terminal is pretty messed up. So I should probably get a new battery cable terminal. The positive one is okay-ish, but yeah, that might be something to get, is to replace those, which is easy if I get it off another Camry or a Solara, because like I was just messing with this bolt back here, you just take this off for the cable, and then you can replace these terminals, which is nice. But other than that, battery's reconnected. Let's turn the car on and we'll see if it will work. Start with this one. Right there. I have a bit of an exhaust leak. We have one. And we have two. Works pretty well. I also have a bit of a squeaky belt. So these are all things that can get fixed. on this car. Car needs an oil change. These I think need to be replaced. I actually took one from the junkyard to replace this one, but I only replaced the one instead of all three. Probably going to replace all three of them because it has a bit of a misfiring issue in the rain. I believe these are cracked down in the cylinder head, these plastic ignition coils. So it causes a bit of an issue when it rains. Water gets in there. But yeah, runs pretty good for 185,000 miles. Doesn't really have a stumble when revving. So it's a good car. It's perfect for what my father needs. So, but I'm gonna leave this video off here. We'll do the interior stuff at a later date after I clean the interior, because the interior of this car is actually quite dirty. But we're gonna leave this video off here, so I'm gonna go turn the car off real quick. All right, so we're all done in here. So we're just going to do with a piece of wood. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All done. There we go. With that, that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Not too hard to replace these lenses on this car. It's actually quite easy. So I was happy that that worked out well. And join us next time for when I clean the interior of this car and I fix the couple issues I have inside with the trim piece on the door and the center console piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.